Guys, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm sat in my new over van that I've just bought, and it is absolutely terrible. But I'm going to need your help. So if you know vans, caddies, VW, if you know any of that, please hit that subscribe button. And by gosh, it's a bargain, but by gosh, it needs some. This is it. Check out the new Caddy, and by its rough, look what somebody has done. So it's been mistreated. It's got some nice alloys on. I actually quite like the paint job, I just don't like how it's been done. We've got rattly, loose sections there. We've got sliding doors that don't really, they're very tight to open up, but we've got seats in the back which I quite like. Don't know how, if they are installed properly, we'll need to have a look at that. But you can see she's just absolutely minging, filthy, dirty, grimy, and ultimately just an absolute shit tip. I don't even want to sit in it at the minute, but yeah, it just needs a good Hoover valet clean. So I mean, look at all this here. This is just there's no need, is there? Just look at all the filth, door cards, footwells. It's gonna need a right good old scrub. It has got a touchscreen Bluetooth player though, so we'll give them some credit. But yeah, look, it's just been neglected, and it is a proper, not sure what that is on the carpet. Yeah, it's muck by the looks of it. So anyway, she starts. This is the most important thing. She starts. I'm not sure why central locker doesn't work, but key is basically just in half as well, which is not great. Yeah, I think it's just, yeah, when you unlock it flashes, but when you lock it won't lock for some reason. God only knows why. It's got a boy racer exhaust on the back there. I mean, look at this, look. What the hell has somebody done here? Clearly haven't sanded the bumper before they've painted it, because it's just all flaking off. Just needs sanding. Right back, doors are knackered as well. Big dent in the doors there. Does this even open? Oh, it does. To show you the back again, absolute, not the end of the world though, not the end of the world. So my plan is, let's give it a scrub on the inside first. Let's get the inside clean, so at least we can work on it. Look, it has been a builder's stroke van for something, because there's some bits of gear there free, then fantastic. So the door shuts there, but it has got a dent in there. Doesn't shut very clever though, does it? It's a bit better. So yeah, this is the new project, the VW Caddy. And again, I want to sand it all down, get all the paint done. I've got a mix and match alloys by the looks of it. This one is totally different to this one. But yeah, let's get it cleaned out and let's get this thing looking spanking again. Right, boys and girls, so it is the next day, and I've cleaned the van a little bit. It is still an absolute shit tip, but I'll give it a little bit of a scrub. Let me show you inside, because it's not the greatest of video quality. So she's a bit scabby. She needs a good clean up, which I'm going to get her valeted, but before I can do that, I started the car up yesterday and I need to get a key cut as well, because the key I've got, as you all know, is just a bag of shite. So I need to get that key sorted, because that is just no use to me. But started the car up yesterday and I told you it's going to have some problems. I paid a cheap price for it and it's basically got a coolant leak. So I borrowed a vacuum tester and I put it on, put some pressure into there, as you can see. So when I put a couple of bar, there's the leak, and there's also a leak down the bottom there, just down there. Don't know how well you can see that on camera, but down there's a leak there, and there's one absolutely pissing it out down here. So I am going to get the bottom of it, because it's a nice van. I mean, the state of it doesn't quite show that, but I want to get it fixed. So I'm going to put some more water in here, I'm going to pump some more pressure in, then I'm going to have a look again, get this airbox section off here, get this section off here, and find out exactly where that leak is coming from. Let's start taking these things apart. And I suppose this is what it's like when you buy a used car and you've just got to, I suppose, get on with it. Find the tools. Luckily my mate owns a garage, so I rang him and said, have you got a tester or compression for a coolant tank? And he said yes, and I thought, you know what, I'm in there, so let's get that stripped off. Let's have a look where this leak is. So here we are starting to take this thing apart. There was a couple of screws inside there that would not budge because they were rounded off to high heaven, let's be honest. The air filter inside there looked like it just, I don't know, had 75 years worth of dust and crap inside it, but I'm sure it'd be fine. Not. And then the bottom of the airbox had a massive crack and hole inside there, which again does not help the overall performance of the car. So we're going to bin this. So next up, we're just checking on that leak, and we're going to apply a little bit of pressure into this vacuum so we can start to see all of the water squirting out of the problematic area. Like I say, you can hear it there now. It is pissing out of that pipe. So yes, we found it, which is perfect. Now we need to fix it. So it looks like this hose just here, which obviously goes to the radiator, has just ever so slightly slipped off this here, which has caused the first leak. So we'll get that fixed. What I'm going to do is just hopefully pull this in a little bit more, but I might need a bit of longer tube radiator hose by the looks of it. I might want to change that, I'm not entirely sure yet. Again, this is the first time I've took a car apart, guys, so I ain't got the clue, foggiest idea what the hell I'm frigging doing. But let's get cracking.
Evening. You know when the call is calling more, and it's calling, and it keeps on calling, so it's calling. You know when the call is calling more. Calling's calling. You know when the call is calling more. You know when the calling's calling. Fooling.
finally we've got the clampstone and the hoses all nice and secure. What do we need to do? We need to top this back up with some pressure again to make sure that pipe is definitely holding, because the last thing we want is that to pop off while we're driving, lose all of our coolant and be in a sticky situation with a big red warning light on the dash. So tied the top into the compressor, into the coolant tank, sorry, and then now I'm doing is just pumping some pressure into the coolant system to make sure that it is pressurized.
Now guys, if you look, just going to get that next line, and then it's holding pressure now. So I'll leave it there in between these two lines for the next 10 minutes. So this radiator hose pipe here is my problem, and it looks a little bit worse for wear. If you get close to it, it looks a bit old and tatty and frail, so I'm going to replace this clip on here, but I also think that I need to replace this pipe overall. Not sure if I can get one of these style hoses. They look a little bit stronger than this hose here, but at least we found the leak. What I've done is I've put, I don't know if that's 10 bar, yeah, 10 psi, 10 bar of pressure in there, and it is holding now, which means it's going to hold the coolant, which means I can now put coolant into it. But first of all, I need to, before I do that, because I have just topped it with water for now, is get a new clip on here. Also need to replace the airbox, it looks like, because I don't know what the hell this is for, but it's knackered. And also there's a crack in the bottom of the airbox as well. So again, not the greatest start to buying a car off Facebook Marketplace, but look, that's good. Leaks are fixed, which means we can eventually get some coolant inside there. And as you can see, need to start getting on with the bodywork. Really like the colour of the car, like this grey. It's a really nice touch. Want to get the wheels sorted as well. But now I've done that, the next thing I need to move on to after this, I think, is the EGR cooler, which I believe is somewhere down the back, out the back of there. And I'm also going to replace these little injector feed pipes with this one here, because there's a little bit of oil leaking around the injectors, which I don't think is right. I honestly do not have a clue. And I'm going to replace that fuel filter, because it looks like it's never been bloody replaced, so I'm going to get that done as well. So I suppose this is just the start of me being a Caddy owner, and I love VWs. I've got a Passat. She's absolutely beautiful as a car, and I really do like the VW Caddies. If I didn't have a Sprinter on the drive, which you haven't seen, go and check it out, which is my camper van conversion, I would have probably bought a VW Crafter. And if I was buying another van, I'd probably buy a VW Crafter next to do my second camper van conversion. But look, the van's a shithole, as you can see. It's an absolute mess. It's dirty, it's grimy, there's buttons missing, the doors don't lock, which isn't great. The steering wheel's been absolutely chow on there. So the back, the seats are probably going to come out, if I'm honest with you. The roof lining it's all just been used as a daft run around van. Number one video is gonna finish here, guys, and all I can say is I'm gonna need your help because I'm new to all this. The next thing I want to get done is an EGR delete, but I've got to find a bloody airbox for this van, and then I need to put it back together with some new radiator hose and stop that coolant leaking. That'll stop the temperature dropping, which means I can drive it. But as you've probably seen, the key's knackered, got to get the key sorted, and I've got some white smoke coming out the back of the car, the van, which I believe is due to the EGR cooler. So there is an EGR cooler delete online, which I'm probably going to buy, which is 100 quid, but I've heard it's an absolute nightmare. So what I need to do is get all my cars, my vans, everything moved off the drive, get this van over there, jacked up. That'll be in the next episode. But thank you for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed today's video, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and as remember, this is an IT guy trying to learn how to fix cars. Stay tuned, hit the subscribe, hit the comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Like a drug that